Hello everyone, welcome back to more King's Quest 2. So from this point on, I haven't played the game from this point on, so I have no idea what to expect. I'm just following a guide and hopefully I will finish the game easily. Right, from here we're supposed to go up. No wait, we're supposed to go up in the sky to get it. Okay, let's go this way. We gotta go back to town, I think. Still going to the town of Kalima. Right, this thing here.
It is likely that this haste.
If you wait a little bit, it should still sneeze. Now, conveniently, we got a cloth or a handkerchief, whatever that is, from the bottle, from the sea, ocean, whatever that is. I just give it to him. Or it. Or she.
Here. This might help your sneezing.
Oh, thanks.
What the hell?
Here, you can have this back now.
Oh, that's okay.
You retrieve the partially used cloth from the haystack.
Feel better?
Yeah, it's so good to be able to
Oh, look! A needle! From the haystack.
You take the silver needle.
Okay. Library, again.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
There!
This book is entitled Legends. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Is it too long? Davinter's first king, known to many as Leganimor, is as much an enigma of history as he is woven into the fabric of legend itself. Though his passing occurred nearly 1,000 years ago, it remains somewhat unclear as to the manner of his death and what became of the power he wielded. Historians do know that Leganimor was a powerful magician, or a wizard, as he might be called nowadays. He is largely credited with bringing, along with his kind, magic and civility to Daventry and the surrounding world. According to legend, during what was arguably the bloodiest war Daventry has ever seen, Leganimor sought to commit his awesome power to the cosmos. It is believed that he blamed himself for the extent of the Grand War, in particular the magic that had been used to exacerbate the death toll. He therefore chose to render himself mortal, an action that would prove to be his last. However, legend would also suggest that his power may be attainable if only one were to perceive and understand how and when. This is evidenced by a parchment located just a few centuries ago and dated 30 years after the first king's death. Ah, jeez, it's too long. Okay, if you want to read this, I don't think you can, because it's not recognizable. You don't recognize, never, it's unreadable. But anyway, If you can read it, read it. If you can't, then don't. I don't care. Anyway, it doesn't matter, okay? Calm down.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
This book is entitled Power, Politics, and Pulpits. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Okay. Power, politics, and pulpits. Again, if you want to read it, you can pause the video and just read it. Okay. So let's go out. Now to this place, we haven't been here yet.
The door of the antique
see what's
shop
there.
is your gateway to the priceless treasures beyond.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you, dear?
Hello. Do you sell anything that would aid in ascent of a mountain?
Unfortunately, I do not sell climbing equipment or anything of that sort. This is really a specialist store.
Oh,
However, I do have an item which you might find useful. This lamp is said to contain a genie. Never tried it myself, of course. I do not believe in using magic to solve my problems. Nature has made us as we are, and we should be glad of that.
uh-huh. How much for the lamp?
The old lady hesitates. You sense she wants more from you than your money. You hope it is not anything that you will regret.
Well, seeing as how you are a man who seems adept at taking care of himself, perhaps you could do a small favor for me?
Somehow, you knew she was going to say that.
I once owned a beautiful nightingale, quite rare around here, but the sentimental value far outweighs its monetary worth. That foul old witch Hagatha has stolen it from me, probably to use in some concoction or another.
Her nose screws up in disgust.
So, if you could be a sweetie and retrieve it for me, I will trade you the lamp for the bird. Agreed?
Well, I will see what I can do.
Do be careful. If Agatha should spot you out of her good eye, then you'll be in for it.
Oh, I don't have a choice. So let's go and steal a goddamn nightingale. Come on, go left. Oh, what are you doing? Just go left. God damn it. Come on. What? Really? Am I at the right place? Maybe one more screen down. What the fuck? Okay, Batman, I saw you. Just how many times? What? He crashed. Okay. That was surprising. It actually was. Alright. Let's see.
It is a human skull with a radiant blue stone wedged into its eye socket. It is a human skull with large eye sockets.
Okay, we gotta use the... where is it? Water gem on it.
As you attempt to place the birth gem into the skull, you discover that it does not fit properly. Instead, it juts out uselessly like a bulging eyeball. The birth gem protrudes from the skull like a bulging eyeball. You'll somehow need to push it in further.
Huh. Well, we have the hammer. God damn it. It's been a while since we got it.
You gently tap the birth gem with the mallet, hoping not to break it. It budges only slightly. You give it a harder hit. It moves a bit more. You hold your breath and give the gem an almighty thwack. It pops into the skull.
Cool.
As you face the skull towards the image of the bat above the cave, you notice that its wing has faded slightly. However, you suspect that whatever danger the bat represents is still in effect.
Yep.
You turn the rightmost skull so that it faces the bat symbol above the cave entrance.
Alright,
The power of the two skulls combined has caused the bat symbol to disappear. You sense whatever danger it represented has now subsided.
Yep, let's save the game again. I don't want to risk it. I don't know what's in there. Let's go.
As you enter,
Oh,
you are
shit.
almost overwhelmed by the foul stench which molests your nostrils. It is obviously coming from whatever Hagatha is cooking in that large cauldron of hers. There are some things of interest on the other side of the cave, but you have no means of crossing over there safely at this time. A caged nightingale sits on the floor near the northern cave wall. The light from outside barely penetrates the interior of this cave. So long as you keep your distance, Hagatha shouldn't notice you.
Okay. I'm supposed to be looking for a black robe. Where the hell is that? That doesn't exist. Is it this?
A simple but elegant black cloak hangs on
Oh.
a stand. You need to get close. Being as quiet as a mouse, you slide your hand inside the cloak to discover a deep pocket. Amongst sticky and disgusting spell ingredients, you find a tiny silver key and a peculiar golden ring-shaped device.
Okay. Right. We use the key. Where is the key? The key on the bird cage.
You need to get
Shut up.
You slide the silver key into the lock. It fits. You turn it silently, and the chain falls to the ground. You hear
Okay.
Hagatha begin a chant of some kind while stirring her brew.
Where's the cloth? Get the cloth. Use it on the...
You
This.
silently drop the cloth over the cage.
The fluid of blood with bone and flesh.
Without making a sound, you take the nightingale into your possession.
'Twill make my complexion young and fresh,
Come on.
inducing time.
Yep. Safe. Always. Alright. We did that. Now let's get the gem back. Because we need it.
You cannot remove the birth gem while the blue light is streaming from it. If you want to dislodge it, you'll have to use force.
Well, yeah. What do I do? The mallet?
You
Bam.
strike the skull with all your strength, and it shatters easily. The birth gem clatters to the ground, along with a multitude of bone fragments. You reacquire the birth gem.
Okay, so let's go back to town again. All that walking. Give her back the bird. Which I don't know where we put. We put it somewhere. Don't care. Okay, where is it? There.
You offer the nightingale to Angelina. The sheer elation on her face almost makes the whole risk worth the while. She snatches it from you and proceeds to fuss over the bird. You wait for a moment, but it seems she no longer notices you.
If you don't mind, about the lamp you promised me in trade for the nightingale?
The shopkeeper looks up at you vaguely. She gradually remembers that there is another being in her world.
Yes? Oh, yes, take it. You'll have no beginning of use with it.
Don't you mean no end of use?
Of course. Whatever you say, dear.
You hear Angelina muttering cheerfully to herself as she exits.
Finally, I have the final ingredient for that marvelous youth potion. I'm going to beat you to the punch, my dear Agatha. Serves you right for hoarding this sweet, juicy thing to yourself.
You feel a nauseous tinge in your stomach. Well, at least the lamp is now yours. You take the old lamp.
Use it.
You rub the lamp and wait expectantly, but nothing happens. You're about to give it another try when a small puff of smoke appears at the end of the spout. It clears, revealing a note. As you remove it, the lamp disappears. You read the scroll.
To the unlucky fool who bought this lamp. As you may have gathered, this lamp no longer contains a fabulous genie. As my former master, praise him and his greatness, has released me with his final wish. However, as a consolation, please be advised to the following. The shopkeeper is not to be trusted. She dabbles in the black arts and keeps rather distasteful company. May these words reveal what lies beneath, and may your findings lead you to a higher position in life. So hard like a stone, and white like the snow. Stand silent, the man who guards what's below. May you forever know the beauty of freedom. Signed. Yeah, so this thing basically is a clue that leads you to this suit of armor over here. Just use that.
Upon closer examination, you discover that the statue hides a small latch. You flip the latch and watch in amazement as a trap door opens up from the floor. If you wish to close the trap door, you should flip.
I'm trying to go in. There.
You close the trap door behind you.
Huh.
You read the letter sitting on the desk.
Again, if you want to read all this, you can pause the video. It's too much.
You see a colorful rolled-up carpet.
Oh, of course. It's gonna be a flying carpet,
As you pick
right?
up the carpet, you notice a small label which reads, "Property of Al Din."
Yeah.
There might be a faded letter or two in there, but you cannot be sure.
I'm
Above you, from the back room, you discern Angelina's voice.
I did it! I did it! The youth potion is finally finished. All I need to do now is drink it.
Angelina, show yourself, you scurvy wench.
Agatha? My dear! What an unexpected surprise!
Don't you play the fool with me. I know you stole it.
Stole? Really, I do not know.
Silence. For your lies and deceit, there can be only one consequence.
No, please. I can explain.
I said silence. Oh, and one more thing. Your invitation to join us is revoked. What is this? Ah, the youth potion at last. Oh no,
good job.
drat. Now what was that spell for removing floorboards? Curses. I shall have to go back and look it up.
Google it. Just go on Wikipedia.
You fish around in the pile of down and successfully retrieve the youth potion. Cautiously, you open the trapdoor ever so slightly and peer into the room above. Agatha is nowhere to be seen. You make your exit from the basement.
Yep.
You flick the latch. The trapdoor closes and conceals itself into the floorboards once more.
Alright, now let's go and see what that carpet does. We gotta go out of town first.
You unroll the magic carpet, lay it on the ground, and sit on it. The carpet begins to rise skyward.
Yeah.
As you ascend higher, you realize that the carpet is beyond your control. It glides through the air on a seemingly predetermined course.
Yep. Oh, look, a snake.
A snake blocks your path to the east. It appears to be about 10 feet long and is coiled up, ready to strike.
Huh. Okay, so we got a necklace from the mermaid at some point. I think we have to use it here on the snake to hypnotize it. Oh, okay.
You dangle the shimmering opal in front of the snake. It soon falls hypnotized in typical snake fashion.
Yeah, we just go left. I mean right.
It's too dark. You can't see down there. You reach into the cavity and feel around. What is this? You've discovered a button hidden inside the rock. You press it and wait to see what happens next.
Huh.
In an instant, a man stands beside you. He appears to be somewhat of an adventurer, much like yourself.
Greetings. I am King Graham of Daventry.
The newcomer nods in greeting. Without a word, he respectfully appraises you. You notice about him the manner of one who has only recently learnt the meaning of heroism.
From where do you hail, good sir?
The man opens his mouth to answer, but then pauses to consider that question. Evidently deciding that irrelevant exposition would serve neither party, he casually gestures to the hole in the rock behind you.
Might I inquire something of your identity?
After a brief search of his own person, the man pulls out a scroll card and hands it to you. You unroll it, and it reads, "Having fulfilled the requirements in accordance with the statutes of the famous Adventurers Correspondence School, the bearer is a qualified would-be hero." The man also shows you a medallion. Upon it are the words, "Hero of Spielberg." You reverently return the scroll to the man.
You don't say much, do you?
With a sigh of resignation, the man shakes his head silently.
Surely you might speak to me of your adventures.
The man becomes quite enthused about the prospect of relating his most recent adventure to you. Just as he is about to speak, however,
So this is supposed to be
you notice something on the ground that the man must have dropped. You retrieve the paper. It appears to be a scroll. Upon it is some writing. Disclaimer, you have just witnessed a rather shameless plug for the remake of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire by the entities of AGD Interactive. Available now. As you read the writing, the words are ingrained in your mind. The scroll disappears.
So that was an Easter egg. Anyway, let's go here.
You flip through the book entitled Ye Old Book of Enchantments, Causes and Cures. The first half contains a list of enchantments. These do not interest you, as you have no desire to inflict inconvenience upon others. However, the Cures section does capture your curiosity. While browsing, you spy a promising paragraph.
While casting enchantments upon others may provide you with many daily hours of fun, do not ignore the danger that a miscast spell may have upon your person. For this reason, you should prepare a simple item with which you can protect yourself against the effects of an enchantment, as well as providing a means for reversing said spell, should it be deemed necessary. Only the power of the emerald can properly dispel an enchantment, and thus the steps to create one are as follows. Firstly, heat a blue mineral and yellow vegetable. A plant is an acceptable alternative. Together until they coagulate into a greenish liquid. Stir the mixture with a white feather. Drop into this a perfectly clear crystal and recite. You recite that, and then you make a goddamn emerald. Okay, this is kind of difficult, so I gotta do what I do.
You approach the workbench for a closer look.
Earrings. Here.
You toss the earrings into the beaker.
The flower we got from Possum.
You toss the sickly yellow flower into the beaker.
So you can use either the mallet or the sword. I'm gonna use the sword.
Brandishing your sword might make... There's no reason for...
Wait.
Brandishing your... You strike the blade of your sword against the flint stone. It sparks, and the wick catches alight. You watch, fascinated, as the two unlikely objects melt under the heat of the magical flame.
Okay, we use the feather now.
You stir the mixture carefully with the white feather. It soon dissolves in the hot liquid.
Inventory. Eye icon on the sword.
This is the sword of the first king of Daventry. It dates back almost 1,000 years and has been passed down from king to king since that time. Try
Why
not
do I need to do
damage
this?
it. A magnificent clear crystal is embedded within its hilt.
Why? Okay. So we gotta use the mallet or the mallet or the picket on the to break a crystal off the sword. Oh, I get it. Okay.
It
Use
is
this.
heavy.
I know. Use this on the sword.
You managed to dislodge the crystal that had been set within the hilt of the sword almost a millennium ago. You feel a tinge of guilt and wonder what all the past monarchs of Daventry would say if they saw you damaging ancient crown property.
And you put it in here.
You drop the crystal in and watch, amazed, as the green liquid slowly seeps into it.
Yep. So let's just talk.
Heed now these words. Crystal, perfect. Green is thy hue. Restore, correct. Guard well my form. Preserve, protect.
You recite the words correctly, line for line, and sure enough, only a brilliant emerald remains in the glass beaker. You quickly blow the flame out so as not to overheat the emerald and cause damage to it. Picking it up gingerly, you're amazed that the emerald took virtually no time at all to cool.
And that's that. We got an emerald. That's how you do it. So we go back to the snake and we use an emerald on it.
As you direct the sun's light through the emerald at the snake, you behold a wondrous transformation.
Oh, hello, Pegasus.
Before you now stands a magnificent winged horse.
Thank you for freeing me. A horrid enchanter transformed me into that legless thing after I refused to be his steed.
That was quite a gamble, to refuse an enchanter.
True, but I could not have accepted, even if I had wanted to. For I am a disciple of the cloud, and can serve no land dweller.
Disciple of the cloud? What does that mean?
First, tell me of what you seek up here.
You take a deep breath, then explain about the Door of Destiny, the gems of nature, and your present quest to locate the growth gem.
So, you seek the air gem?
Yes, that is right. You know of it?
Most certainly. But you will not be able to reach it by any means available to you or any of your kind. I would gladly take you to it, but alas, the enchanter took and hid from me my bridle. Without it, we could search for 1,000 years and still never find the cloud spirit.
Where did he hide your bridle?
I do not know. Perhaps a clue may be found in that blackguard's abode behind me.
What is this spirit you speak of?
The essence of what you seek. It passes through us as we grow, all through our lives, though few are ever aware of it. You will know soon enough when I take you to it.
Why do you choose to serve this cloud spirit?
It is my destiny, and I must fulfill it, just as you must fulfill yours.
I was not aware that I had one.
All of us have a destiny. Some are predestined, others are determined by choice. I believe yours to be of the latter.
You don't have any...
Okay, so let's go back into the cave. And apparently we're supposed to wait for that enchanter, magician guy, to come to us. There's some text over here that you can read, but you're not supposed to read it now. You have to wait for the enchanter, and you're gonna read it after that. So do I just wait here, or I have to walk on and off the screen? Maybe I do this. Until he appears? Well, let's try this for a while and see what happens. Okay, maybe I just have to wait here. Okay, let's wait a minute. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 ra, come on, enchanter.
You hear footsteps approaching.
Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh, the enchanter has caught you in his lair. He twirls his hands, aims them at you, and then utters some words under his breath. You feel a tingling sensation all over your body as the enchantment attempts to transform you into whatever the enchanter has fancied. At the same time, you also feel the comforting energy of the emerald shielding you.
Yep.
The enchanter's twisted smile turns downwards. He scowls at you.
Huh. Whoa.
There is a look of panic on the man's face. He does not dare breathe.
I hereby order you to depart from Kalima forever, never to trouble its citizens again, lest you learn the fullness of my wrath.
The enchanter looks baffled. You sigh inwardly and try again.
Leave. If you come back, then you will get it.
The enchanter nods frantically, as much as he can without cutting his own neck on your sword edge. He gestures quickly with his hands.
Okay. So, now let's read this.
You notice that some writing has been engraved into the wall. You read the inscription.
In row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left, do pick, quell, then my spell, avoid the tricks.
The engraving on the wall reads,
I-
in row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick, quell then my spell, avoid the tricks.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense to me at all, so I'll just keep going. Hello?
You don't have a
Okay. So we go back to the edge of the cliff. Here we just use the magic carpet again.
You unroll the magic carpet, lay it on the ground, and sit on it. The carpet rises into the air again.
So
The
that thing we
carpet
wrote,
begins to descend.
we read from the cave was basically a clue, which will allow you to solve the next puzzle. Now, since I don't understand it, well, I'll just do it. Not as difficult as it sounds when you're reading a guide, but yeah.
There is an enormous rock mound nearby. Vines and creepers run down it and twist through the cracks and crevices. Beneath the mound are some smaller stones.
Okay, from... Right. Where's the emerald? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one.
You bend over and hold the emerald above the stone so that the sun's light channels through it. Incredible! The rock has transformed into a silver-studded bridle.
Yeah.
You take the bridle.
But then we go back to the horse, I think. Back to Pegasus.
You can't... You unroll the magic... As you reach down to get the carpet, it vanishes into thin air, without even so much as a puff of smoke.
God dang it. We lost the carpet. Anyway.
You slip the bridle over the horse's head. It whinnies its approval.
Come, climb upon my back. Hold on. This will be a little accelerating.
The disciple of the cloud gracefully soars high into the sky. You grip the reins tightly and hold on for dear life as he swoops and dips between the clouds. After a time, he draws near to a thick patch of luminous mist. As you pass through it, the horse sets itself down, seemingly on top of a cloud.
It is all right. You can dismount now.
Believing that you have finally lost all sense of reason, you dismount and prepare for a very long drop. And find yourself standing on a cloud.
How is it possible that I can stand upon thin air?
Such are not the questions you should be asking. You have come for the Air Gem, or the Growth Gem, as it was once named by the ancients. It has not been termed thus without reason, for one who would have the gem as his own must prove himself grown and thus worthy of it.
Meaning, no disrespect.
Cloud Spirit.
Thank you. You must agree, Cloud Spirit, that I am a man fully grown, thus fulfilling your prerequisite.
A howling wind deafens you momentarily, though you feel nothing on your skin. The cloud spirit speaks again, a little more forcefully.
It is not enough that you have grown in body. That much is evident. It must be proven that you have also grown in both mind and soul. So on these shall you be tested.
Tested?
Those who bear the burden of king are expected to possess certain qualities. Your actions will be judged against the weight of these. It shall be seen whether you are deserving of your title. It shall be seen whether you are worthy of the Growth Gem.
After a moment of silence, the cloud spirit intones,
Behold your first test.
Okay. What?
The mist around you clears, and you find yourself in a familiar place. This is Daventry, and furthermore, you are a child again.
Yeah.
A slight dizziness overwhelms you for an instant. How strange, you no longer recall anything past this moment in time. It is as if this is happening again for the first time. Even stranger, you are still vaguely aware that you are undergoing a test of some kind, though for what purpose, you cannot fathom. But look, it is Malvolio, your best friend. The two of you are deeply engrossed in a game of bat and ball.
Ouch!
Uh-oh! That sounds like the king now! What do we do?
You there.
Yes?
Yes? Is that how you address your liege?
No, Your Majesty, King Edward, sir. I mean, sire.
Which of you two boys threw that ball? The one that just happened to land on my head?
I don't know. What do I do?
I have asked you both a question. Silence is considered a response equal to impertinence. I am presently addressing the two of you. It is
okay.
This may not be the best of time. Touching His Majesty might get...
Well, what do I do? Oh yeah. So you have to choose the right option here. The right one here is the last one.
You summon all your courage and speak up.
Your Majesty, if you please. It was I who hit the ball over the castle wall. It was my fault completely. Please do not punish my friend.
The king eyes you carefully. You wonder if you are now in serious trouble.
I would not punish one for something so trivial. However, I will see you play your game elsewhere, away from here.
Yes, sire.
One more thing, my young fellow. You have demonstrated good character today by taking the blame for your friend. The finest knights in this realm demonstrate their compassion by protecting others, even if that should mean putting themselves at risk. I find that to be a rare quality in the many I meet. When you have grown up, I hope to see you again, perhaps in my service.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Cool.
Behold your second test.
Okay.
You
Oh,
feel
is this the
yourself
future?
growing older, more so than before the tests began. Again, dizziness overcomes you. Your memory of the previous test fades, and in its place, your mind is filled with the knowledge of everything that has since come to pass. This includes, unfortunately, the dreadful misfortunes which have plagued Daventry since the coming of the terrible three-headed dragon. To make things worse, your 17-year-old daughter has been demanded as its latest sacrifice. In return, it will not harm the rest of the population until the next demand. You would go forth to destroy the dragon yourself, but you no longer have the heart for such quests. Never have you felt so forlorn, so frail. You fear that given the choice, you would do anything to rectify the situation.
A charming view. No wonder you come here so often.
You. I will see you hanged for this intrusion. Guards! Guards!
Calling them will do you no good. For even if they come, they will find their king speaking to only the air he breathes.
A pox on thee! Who are you?
My name, my true name, has been heard by none for nigh on a millennium. It is enough that you know me as the Father.
Then say what you have come to say and be gone.
You never were one for small talk.
You cursed my family. As a result, that dragon is now loose upon the land and one of my children was kidnapped.
Now that is not quite the truth.
Do you deny your involvement?
Not at all. It is just that you have omitted so much.
Speak and be gone.
Very well. I want your crown.
You cannot believe what you have just heard. This vile creature has caused untold misery throughout your land for nearly 18 years and has now infiltrated your castle just to ask that you hand over your authority to him? Of all the outrageous...
Is that what this is all about? You want to rule Daventry?
What would I want with a puny little kingdom when in a few short years I will have more power than Legitimor himself? No, I want only the thing you wear atop your head. Your crown. It is an essential part of my plan. Without it, my efforts to prepare for the ascension will have been in vain. I have waited far too long to be deterred from it now.
If you need it that badly, you could have just taken it. You had plenty of opportunities.
Are you completely ignorant of the legends of your predecessors? None can possess the crown of the first king unless it's given.
If you think for one moment that I would...
Before you speak further, consider this. In exchange for what I ask, I shall lift my curse and all that it entails from you and your blighted land. You shall have both it and your family restored in full. Minus your title, naturally.
Your mind reels at these words. For almost 2 decades, a countless number of innocent people have suffered under the afflictions Daventry has had to endure. So many more people would continue to suffer indefinitely, notwithstanding the pain you feel over your own family's misfortune. With a simple statement, you could put an end to it all.
If he's lying, then that's... Yep, so the right choice here is this one.
To give you my crown would signify a change of leadership, so says the law of this land. It also says that the crown is to be worn only by those with the highest regard and intent for Daventry. So, to give it to such a vile being as you would betray the honor and memory of all the past kings who have worn it. No, I will not do it.
Not even for the sake of your family?
There are some principles for which even one's family must be sacrificed.
The man appraises you as a scientist would a unique specimen.
What an intriguing set of morals you have, King Graham. I almost look forward to the time when you will put aside your obligations here and seek me out. I have foreseen that we shall meet again.
Behold your third test.
Okay.
Once again, you feel yourself age. You are many years older now, though still, thankfully, King of Daventry. As before, the knowledge of the previous test ebbs from your mind. This time, however, it is filled with a greater knowledge of all that has come to pass thus far. Many years have passed. Your children, once heirs to your throne, have forged their own paths in other kingdoms. Fortunately, chance has seen fit to fill the vacuum. Following the restoration of the Mask of Eternity, Daventry now has a new champion.
How do you feel?
I am deeply honored, sire.
All right. Now, how do you really feel?
Scared out of my wits, sire.
You smile and feel the lines in your face stretch. You hope you'll get used to it when the true time comes.
You know what they've been saying. About my decision, that is.
The people question my ability to perform the duties when I have another higher obligation. I believe that I can attend to both with the utmost equity.
You do not deny that this obligation may arise at any moment, perhaps taking you away from this country at a time of great need?
Of course not, sire, but I shall deal with that troll, as they say, when I cross that bridge.
And there is the matter of you not being of royal birth. That does not sit comfortably with some of the nobles.
The qualities of truth, light, and order can shine from even the most impoverished of souls. Nobility is defined through one's actions, not one's lineage, Your Majesty.
You cannot help but smirk. For a man who had once lived as a peasant, he speaks extremely well.
Yeah, let's just choose this one.
Kneel. Your sword. By virtue of your bravery, loyalty, and good conscience, I have chosen you to be my first knight. Thus you are my successor and heir to this throne. Arise, Sir Connor of Daventry.
In an instant, you find yourself standing before the cloud spirit once more. You also notice that it is starting to get dark.
You have demonstrated your sound understanding of compassion, honor, and loyalty. These attributes transcend the mind and speak of the soul within you. Growth continues unabated throughout the lives of all living things. You have grown much, learnt a great deal, and will continue to grow in all ways. You are judged worthy of the Air and Growth Gem.
Yeah. Take it.
You take the Growth Gem.
Alright, we got 2 gems, 1 left to go.
As you feel the knowledge of the last test fade from your mind, the cloud beneath your feet begins to evaporate. You'd better get out of here quickly, Graham. Finally, your flight comes to an end. You hope that it will be quite a while before you take to the air again.
It's nighttime.
Where would you like me to land?
On the ground would be fine.
Take this sugar cube. It will protect against the poisonous growth of this land. Fare thee well.
Sugar. Why not? I love sugar. Everybody
As
loves
dusk
sugar.
sets in and the pallid moon rises above the darkened horizon, you recall the Door of Destiny's words regarding the 3rd gem, through swampy mire, in lone dark castle. Then you remember the great Neptune's disquiet reluctance to speak of Kalima's lord. You sense a growing unease that this final gem may not be the easiest to acquire.
What the fuck? This guide says I should have 101 points now, and I only have 100. Did I miss anything? Shit. Huh. Well, that's bad. I'm missing 1 point. Do I use the sugar or something?
After swallowing the magic sugar cube, you get a feeling of invincibility.
Cool. Okay, now I have 101. I think I was supposed to do that. If I wasn't, then fuck it. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed, like, and see you in the next video. Bye.